Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Dark Wolf Gaming, and in today's episode we are going to be going over part 2, which is account creation, profile creation, basic navigation, and how to chat in Plexchat. So first off, I'm not going to actually show you guys the account creation process, because when you create an account, you go on to, right now since it's only mobile for iPhone and Android, you go into your app store, you download Plexchat and spell it as you see it there in the Plexchat HQ Plex. So spell it Plexchat, download that, and when you register, so basically it'll pop up a screen that says log in or create an account. You're going to choose create an account. You're going to choose your username, so be careful. Make sure it's a username that you like and you want to stick with. And it can be long. I mean, I see people in here with really long names. So, you can be creative with it. So you make your username, and then you enter your password twice. Make sure that you pick a secure password so that it's not easily hackable and people can't sit there and try to imitate you. And then you're going to enter your phone number, which is why I don't want to show the account creation process, because in order to verify your account, you got to enter your phone number, which as much as I love my viewers, I don't really want to share that. So enter your phone number, and then the system will send a text to your phone, and you'll get a code in that text, and you're going to enter that code as confirmation or authorization code. Well, not authorization, authentication code, and from there, then it will take you into Plexchat, where it will walk you. I think it walks you through, if I remember correctly, how to create your profile. It's very basic. There's some very basic tutorials in here, so not a whole lot, and we'll kind of go over some other tutorials and things that exist within Plexchat and show you where to find those. But warning: if you live overseas, in a third world country or something, be aware that the chances are pretty good that you might not be able to make an account, just because I've seen where some people just weren't able to get a Plex code. If for whatever reason you can't get one, please send me a message through YouTube, and I'll let them know with your information, your login ID and everything, and see if we can't get you resolved. But basically, once you've made your account, then you're going to go to your account creation profile. And so here, when you first start, you're not going to have all these things that I've got. You're not going to have currently playing. You're not going to have membership. You're not going to be a member of anything, in fact. And so your profile is going to look very blank, and I'll kind of show you kind of what that's going to look like here. So, this guy here in my guild, this is what his profile looks like. Okay, no profile photo, no background. It shows he's only a member of one thing, and he did at least add a couple of games that he's playing, right? So, really cool. Okay, and so going back to profile creation here, so you look at my profile, and basically, you pick your username, and you're stuck with it. But you could put in a tagline, so you can, whatever your favorite phrase is or something like that. I'm a retired Navy Chief, so Navy Chief, Navy Pride. And then you can click here. You'll see the little hexagon there where you see my photo, and you click that little camera and you can add a photo. You can either take one with your phone or your device, iPad, whatever, or you can upload from your photo library. Same thing, background, you can do the same thing. The little camera up in the upper right hand portion there, and it will allow you to upload a background. You can also, under currently playing, you can search for and add games that you're playing. So let's see, Final Fantasy. So if you're playing Final Fantasy, any of the Final Fantasy games that they got listed here, you could pick what you're playing, and you could put your in-game name, and go for there. And unfortunately, what's interesting about this is they're also listing games where they're not online games, so kind of hard to list what your character name is for some of those, but for people to find you. But it's just to kind of let people know, hey, this is what I'm playing, especially for online games or mobile games. Where you log in, and you can interact with other people, and they can find you, and all that good stuff. Membership. So these are all of the various plexes that I'm a member of, right? And you can see that. And I can either turn off, by hiding. I can turn off notifications for, or hide some of the plexes that I'm in. So maybe I don't want everybody to see everything that I'm a member of. If you're a member of some super secret plex and you don't want anybody to know, you can click the little eye icon there and hide it from everybody, and then you can hit done, and there you go. So if you want to see what somebody's a member of, and maybe you see a plex that you're not a member of, you can join it by clicking on that plex and click join and become a member of that plex as well, and I'll show you how to do that in a moment. Going back to the currently playing, so here's something too. So you can add games that you're playing, put your in-game name. You can also put multiples, so if you've got multiple accounts for something, you can add that game again with your other account name. You can also edit. Let's say you get tired of playing a game. If you click edit, you can hit the little X button, and it will remove that information. So, if you're like, yeah, you know what, I got tired of playing, I don't know, World of Warcraft or Dragon Story, I deleted my account, and, just take that off. Sometimes hitting these little buttons can be a little tricky. I keep trying to hit this little edit button to stop that. There we go. And that's it for that. So that is basically how to set up your profile and everything. Okay, so and if you ever want to get to your profile and edit it, it's pretty simple. If you look down in the bottom right hand corner, you'll see more, and you click on that, and it'll bring up this menu here that you see, and that way, I guess that's the way my camera seems to be looking. So you click, you'll see that menu there, and up at the top you'll see profile, and you just basically hit the arrow for profile, and it'll allow you to change everything. Change log basically shows what bugs and everything's been fixed. About is the current version of Plexchat. Acknowledgements are basically like credits in a movie. And sign out, don't click that unless you actually want to sign. And it's immediate. There's no confirmation. It just signs you right out as soon as you click it. So unless you don't intend to do that, don't click it. What else? So pub button. So when you first log in, after you've made your profile, you're going to go to the pub button here, and basically these are the first plexes that you're going to see that's available. So if you click the Summoner's War button, you'll see that all three of these public plexes here are Summoner's War related plexes. They are sponsored by Plexchat. So that's why you see them. There are other plexes that exist for other games and everything, but they're not officially sponsored by Plexchat, and so they're not necessarily visible to the public like these are. And if you go to home, you'll see all even Plexchat HQ shows up, and you can go in there and start chatting. Okay. So besides that, how do you join plexes then? So basically, what you do here is you can go under plexes, okay, and you notice these are again all the plexes that I'm a member of, and you can go here, and if you go up to the top, don't go to this little field where it says search by plex. That's misleading. If you click this, basically what this is for is if you're a member of like a gazillion plexes and you're trying to find a particular one and go into it, you click on that, and then you type in some letters of the name of the plex. It doesn't have to. You don't have to start with the first letter. Maybe you forget how to spell guild, and all you can remember is it's got ILD in it. Okay, there we go, and it'll pull it up. So, if you forget how to spell something like Kaya Girl, I can understand that. Maybe, you're like something girl, and you could type, GIRL, and oh yeah, there it is. Okay, and so, that's a way to search through the plexes that you're a member of. Okay, right now there is no global search or ability to scroll through all the available plexes. Hopefully in the future, if you're listening to me, this definitely is going to be a feature that I would like to see Plexchat have, is the ability to look through plexes without having to go and look at everybody's profile to see what plexes exist and that they're a member of, so that you can join it. And also the ability to sort based on game, if it's game related, or if it's like a social type of thing or something. That would be some cool stuff to see. So how do you join a plex? Well, if you click on this plus button here, you see two options: create new plex and find plex with plex code. Click on Find Plex with Plex Code, and this is how you actually join a Plex. And so from here, you could type in a code. So, if a friend sent you a link, or, they copy and paste, their Plex code or something like that, then, they could put that in there. You could put that in there, whatever that is. So let's try IYVCR, okay, which brings up the Guild Recruitment Plex. Okay, so here's the thing. These plexes, like I said, aren't showing up under the public menu because they're not officially sponsored by Plexchat. These are individually created plexes here, and so by the Plexchatia community, and they're not going to show up unless you know the code, or again, unless you see somebody else that's a member, and if it's showing under under what they're a member of, then you can join that way as well. Okay, so, and then what you do is you click the Plex, and you'll see down below Join Plex, and you click that, and it will take you in there. And if I do it, it's just going to take me right to that Plex. So not necessarily a good way to demonstrate, but you get the point, right? Let's see. So what we'll do here is we'll find a Plex that I am not a member of. Following. So you can follow a Plex if you want, which is supposed to give you notifications, but here's the thing: is if I click on there, it doesn't allow me to see any information. So I don't know how I'm going to get notifications if I can't see information. So honestly, unless it's a public Plex, I don't know what good following is going to do for you. So I'm going to unfollow this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to click join. Okay. And now it says pending, right? Unfortunately, once you join a Plex, right now I don't see any way that you can leave a Plex or cancel a request to join. That feature is not in. But if you go back to Plexes, you'll see requests here. And so now it's showing that, okay, I'm requesting membership, but I'm not a member yet. So if you click on member, these are all the Plexes, like I said, that I'm currently a member of. All right. And if I go back to my profile here too, so look at my profile, and again, it shows all the Plexes that I'm a member of. But if you notice down in the little right-hand corner of each of those hexagons, there's a smaller hexagon. Some have a D, some have a number with colors and things. And what that says is that's your rank within that Plex. Okay? And those ranks are across the board, all rooms. Right now, unfortunately, there's no way to set individual permissions based on room. Your permissions are across that particular Plex. It's not across the entire Plex realm. Okay, so if you're a level 1 in one Plex, does not mean you're going to be a level 1 in all Plexes. All right, number 1, the yellow number 1, basically just indicates that I'm the person that created that Plex, and I own it. Okay, and then underneath that, and we'll show how to look at guild membership and guild rankings and stuff in a moment. So that is currently ways that you can get into and join Plexes and see what you're a member of. From here, it doesn't show me what my rank is in these individual Plexes. But now if I go look in a chat, I can see in the chat as well, what my rank is and what the rank of various people that are chatting in there is as well. So, and then from there, if I want to say, oh, let's check his profile. Okay, so here's what this guy is a member of. What is this? Summoners War Tournaments. Okay, cool. I might want to join that. Live PvP, so I'll join this just because I'm a huge Summoners War fan. But unfortunately, backing out does not always take you back to the previous screen. It takes you sometimes all the way back to what the membership list. So we have to go back in again. And so like I said, you can click on people's profile and see things like what are they a member of, what are they playing, what else. You can also see that little circle with the line through it. If you don't want to receive any kind of messages or notifications from that person, you can click that and it will stop that. To the right, you'll see the little looks like a chat icon with like a little text box or something with a plus. You click that, and that will basically, if you type something in there, it will initiate a request to direct message with somebody. Okay, and so let's look at direct messages real quick. So we got, here's some of the direct messages that I have, or basically PMs, private messages, whatever you want to call it. I can initiate, and what it'll do is unfortunately right now, you actually have to check your chats every so often because you might not know if somebody's texted you or, it might not tell you if there's a pending chat. So unless you accept a pending chat, you can't chat with that person. Okay? Same thing, vice versa. If I send a chat request to somebody, if they don't know to look, they'll never know I'm trying to chat with them. All right. So I think that's kind of something that, again, hint, hint to Plexchat. You know, find some way to let people know, give them a little warning, a little something flashing, something that says, hey, you got a pending DM request, direct message request, and that way they can know to go check, because I don't think everybody knows. And then blocked, you can also block people, and that's what that little circle with the line does for you. You also have options too, where let's say I'm in a chat with Ben the Human here about something, and if I want to add people to this direct message and make it like a two-way, three-way conversation, I can do that. And I can go here and I can click member list, and I can hit, this shows the people that are currently in the, there we go, people currently in this DM, so myself and Ben the Human. Then I can hit the plus symbol up in the top corner, and I can either add 1, 2, 3 people. But now here's the thing is, unfortunately, again, these are little things, growing pains. I'm not hitting on anybody. I'm just telling you what you can and can't do. So it's only going to list people that you are currently chatting with. So there's no way to add people from the rest of the Plex realm, from Plexchatia. Okay, so even if you search by username, like if I want to say, Plex Knight, it's not going to find him because I'm not currently chatting with them. So I have to initiate first a chat request with Nightly Gaming, or Plex Knight as he's known in here. I have to initiate a chat with him first and then add him to this chat. So kind of a complicated process there in order to sit there and have a 2- or 3-way conversation. And you can have a conversation with upwards of 16 different people, and I think that's currently the max. Okay, so and then once you select the people, you hit the little check mark up there in the top, because when you don't have anybody selected, it turns gray. You select somebody, it'll turn light blue, and you hit the check mark, and then it will add them to the conversation they have to accept, and then now they can chat along with you and the other person. Okay, so that is how to do a multiple direct message. What else? Let's talk about some other cool little features here. So let's go back to public. So you can do things like you can send photos pretty easy. So if I wanted to, I can go to my Gung Ho here, and I can sit there and I can go under my Gen Chat, which I left public, so that anybody. So if you see the little icon right there, underneath the little microphone deal, that little icon will tell you if it's a public or private room. Okay. And also notice too that so I can set backgrounds and photos for the plexes. I can have messages. I can put links, all kinds of stuff. I can go here and I can I can sit there and edit the little icon there and put something, like a little picture or something. I can change what the room is called. I can change the description of it. So that's just cool little stuff. So little test here. So for instance, if I want to, so the letters, the big A, little a, that's for text. If I want to add a photo, I click the little picture icon down there in the bottom left, and then I can either take a photo using my camera, or I can choose something from the library. So let's do that real quick here, and let's just got pictures of my kid. Unfortunately, that's all I've got on this, and I'm not going to share a picture of my kids. So, but you get the picture on how to send pictures. And then if you look at the other little thing to the right of the little picture icon, and I'll show you what pictures look like here in chat. So, if you want to share photos and stuff, where is that at? There is a way to share photos. Let's go to Nightly Nation here, and if you look here under expert advice, you're always going to see where people share photos, and then you could sit there and actually click on it and see, the picture enlarged, right? And then you can click the little X and back out. Okay, so that's what a photo will look like when you upload it. Right now, there's no confirmation process, so be very sure of the photo or the image that you want to send. Please make sure it's not anything inappropriate, because then all of a sudden, there it is. There's no confirmation process. As soon as you touch on that photo or image, and it automatically just pastes it in. So, and there's no delete. There's no way to get it back out of there once it's there. So, that's kind of it for that. Going back here, so if you click on that other little thing, so you can put in a question, you can type a notification, which basically will be broadcast out, and it will show up like right here. For instance, I can click on a message and make that a notification. So I can click on welcome. I can make that my announcement, and now that will show up over top of everything on that channel, right? Or on that particular room. Okay. What else? Poll. So like I said, I can make a poll. I can put the title of the poll. I can describe the poll. So what to eat for breakfast. Description. I'm lost on what I should eat. Option 1, I can put I can either put a photo with the description of the photo, or I can put like Cap Crunch, or option 2, I can put Crunch Berry. I can add an option and make option 3. Do I want to have peanut butter crunch? And then I click the little check mark, and it'll create a poll, and then people can go in that poll and then choose. So basically they choose A, B, or C, and you set a timer. So if you noticed on the poll, you can set when you want the poll to end. So like 5 minutes from now at 3:04 p.m. is when I want the poll to end, and then at that time I'll see what my results are, and then I can choose from there. So if you're sitting there like, okay, which monster, for instance, Summoner's War, which monster should I build next? Should I build A, B, or C? Or which one should I 6-star next? A, B, or C? And then let everybody sit there and chime in, and then if 75% say back to the cereal example, if 75% of people say Crunchberry, and I decide to go with the majority, then that's what I'll eat, right? Okay, and those are polls. Questions, you can ask a question, so you can put a title, description, and a photo, and basically what that does is creates a smaller room within the room, so you're not filling up the room with everybody answering your question. So if you're like what monster should I 6-star next, and then all of a sudden you've got 50 responses, and it fills up that room with those responses. Okay, and it's going to take a while to scroll through all that. So instead, you can create a little question box here, ask the same question, and then everybody can go in there and answer. So a good example of this, just to kind of see what this looks like, we're going to go back here again, Nightly Nation. nightly giveaway. Okay, he did that very thing here, and um, and he said it so the room itself, people can't just go in there and type. Only he can. And he made the question, but he at least allowed the question to be something that everybody can respond in, right? And you notice he's got a picture, he's got a question, he's got a description, answer once to win an OP Zyros account. How long have you played Summoner's War? I'm curious. Okay. And some people have some super freaking long answers here. And unfortunately, unless you are Nightly Nation, you can't delete some of these junky responses that are not pertinent to his question. What else? Under a room here, also notice if I click underneath the description of the room, pops up a couple of little options here, so you can check the announcement for the room. If there's any notes, you can look at the notes. This room doesn't have any such thing. You can see who all's a member of this room. Okay. Right now there are only 19 members. People that have permissions for this room. What else? Like this room right here has over 2,200 people that are a member of it. Okay. So if I click on that and look at member list, it's going to take forever to scroll down. But I can search by username. And again, I can only, I can enter just a few letters of the name. I can put like GUI and find, if I'm looking for Guiablo and all I remember is GUI, I could type that in there and it will pull up a list of people with GU and I in their name. And sure enough, there he is. Or, I can type it like this. ABLO, or not ANLO, ABLO, and it will pull him up again because ABLO is in his name, right? And then I can click on there and look at his profile, right? So that's a good way to sort, to find somebody that you're trying to find, but unfortunately you're kind of lost because there's over 2,000 people to sort through. And so as long as you know their name, it should be fairly simple to do, right? Anything else? What else is on my list? How to direct message, how to chat Plex, see old messages, join a Plex, how to follow, profile creation, account creation. So, that's pretty much it in a nutshell. I know that's a lot to go over, and I realize this is taking about a little over a half hour to do, and I apologize for that. I wish there was a better way to break this up, but there's so much going on with this, and again, as things progress, as new features are added, as new things are done, we'll come up with new videos, and show you more, and keep you informed from there. And that's a lot. So please follow, please like, and subscribe. And we we'll see you again for the next video on Plex creation. All right, peace out.